right, we are ready to go here. Case break night number 3. We just ran the pick your team and the random team hobby boxes, so if you missed those and you were in them, you want to go grab and watch them. They're on YouTube or on the Facebook page. And now we're on to our third segment, period 3 of the breaks tonight. Case break night 3. This is boxes 7, 8, and 9 from our box. Take a look up there on the overhead camera in the upper left, and I'll be pulling the boxes out from here. So we've got 1, 2, 3. All right, that gives us 3 boxes left for tomorrow night. Let's slide these out of the way. Make sure I don't knock over Vince Scully again. I think we're good. All right, 3 boxes of Heritage. Decorations in place. All right. Couple stands, because you know we'll need it. Let's crack open the first box. Good luck. Yeah, Gino, I did my best for you. Hopefully 10 o'clock works. Alright. Whoop. Four more packs here. Cool. We're ready to do this. Here we go. Let's find something awesome. I like that for a first card. Mezarowski. DeGrom, Talkman, Pepio, Robert, Record Breaker Riley Green, Burrows, and Gunnar Henderson. Kick us off here. 1 pack down. 59 to go. Mason Miller. Lawler, Hader, Javier, Rooker, Blue Speckle, Matt Chapman, Gray Border, Ronald Blanco, and O'Neal Cruz. Let's top load Miz. And sleeve up our 2 parallels. Chapman, Burns, Pena, Devers, Moreno, Laureano, Aranda, and Trey Sweeney. Peralta, Carter, Kyle Teal, Royce Lewis, Ryan McMahon, Kim, Refractor is Lane Thomas, and Robinson Pena. Let's top load this rook. Hey, Gino. Yeah, Savage. Marte, Lindor, Mookie Betts, Robles, Hoffman, Soderstrom. That's not an image, but that's the first time I've seen that. I'm thinking that one is on the SP list, which I had, but then I had to restart the computer. Carson Williams. I'm going to throw a sleeve on this one because I feel like it is an SP. Yeah, Gino, I had some technical difficulties that pushed us back a good 15 minutes, but did it all for you, of course. CJ Abrams, Andujar, McLean, Bobby Witt, nice buyback, Mike Flanagan. These are fun to pull. Cotter Jensen for the Chrome, Connor Norby for the Gray Border, and Ballesteros. cards were much thinner stock with the original 77 set. Top load the rookie and the McLean. Sleep. Ciccone, Ben Rice. Willier Abreu, Mesa. Suarez, Ramirez, Blue Speckle Chrome, Correa, Chrome, and Taj Bradley. Contreras, Radish, Ohtani, Corbin Carroll, Carlos Correa, Chrome Garcia, Shane Baz, Josh Smith. I think it's time we check some backs. We're looking for some special words next to the number there. Got the number inside the baseball and to the right of it on the green bar. If you see any word like image or banner, then that means we got something special. So let's check the second half here. Okay. And which one, Gary? I forget which team you are here. Let me check and see. For Oakland? Yu Darvish, Christian Moore. Parker Meadows, Christopher Sanchez, Riley Green. Deckel. See, I remember it now because of the freckle rhyme. It's Jacob deGrom. Chrome going to Melton in the Astros, and then Justin Martinez. All right, let's see. How many attempts is it going to take? Wow, look at that. I nailed it. I'm on fire tonight. Let's upload that. And this one here. Gary, if you are talking about Soderstrom, that was not a variant, but I'm thinking it might be an SP, but I could be totally wrong on that. But I will throw a top loader on it, just in case it is. I just don't have the checklist handy. But Slaughter's made me a very nice checklist. But then I'd have to open up my web browser and Google Docs and all that, and I'd rather be ripping cards. So, Moncada, Tovar, Stott, Reynolds, Ragnifo, Doyle, rookies going to the Rockies, and Enterprise, Ezekiel Tovar. Harry Ford. Ronald Acuna, Championship Springer Blue Jays. That one's going to Tarek Skubal. This one's going to Max Fried. Ian Seymour, Gray Border, Max Fried. Back-to-back of parallels. That's funny. Ellie De La Cruz. It is an SP. Thank you. Appreciate that. Makes sense. First time seeing it, and it looks kind of cool. Chapman, Hoskins, Diaz, Estevez, Bryce Harper, Granello for the blue speckle, Volpe for the gray border, and a Caglione. Finally, Will. That monkey off the back, at least for tonight. Ben Rice, Abreu, Mesa, Baldwin, Freeman, Chrome is Denzel Clark, gray border Lizardo, and Ellie De La Cruz. Contreras, Bradish, Ohtani, Rayleigh, Rodriguez, Gavin Sheets, Chrome Speckle, Hamilton, and Bader. Another Harry Ford, Ronald Acuna, Carter Jensen, Dayoka. Got a refractor coming up after Yastrzemski. It's David Bednar, gray border Eovaldi, and Zach Geloff. Let's sleeve up a few rookies. Gray border. And a refractor. Alright, still looking for the hit here in our first box, and there it is. That one looks a little chunkier, maybe. Matt Shaw, Siegler, Garcia. No, it looks like a clubhouse relic. Rodriguez for Chrome, Patrick Bailey, and Jackson Holiday, clubhouse collection. That is going to Antonio. All right. Why did I put that Christian Moore there? That was not a Chrome, right? No, that was just paper. I don't know why I did that. We had a Chrome in the last box, right? Austin Martin, Schneider, Gavin Lux, Brooks Lee, George Springer, Blue Speckle, going to Caballero, gray border Jack Flaherty, and Hyesung Kim. Chrome rookie will top load. Acuna, Dolander, Strom, Jackson Holiday, Brooks Baldwin, Cody Clemens, Chrome Cantillo, and Suarez. The big Nintendo Switch 2 patch on his sleeve. 2 more packs for this box, and we'll run through all the backs. Andy Pajes, Cole Young, Crochet, Loperfido, Manzardo, Freed, Torkelson, and a Roman Anthony. Throw him over here. All right, the last pack of box 1. Hernandez, Caminero, Owen Casey, Volpe, Noel, Cam Schlittler. He's an SP too, so that's a nice blue speckle there. Mick Abel, gray border, and another Owen Casey. All right. First period is over. Let's sleeve and top load a few, and then we will check the backs. Okay, cool. Divide this into 2 parts. Backs, part 1. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. All right. And these ones. No. Nothing there either. All right. Well, that takes us to box 2. Let me just tidy up my sleeved up piles here so they don't topple over on me. Cool. Here we go. Pack 21. Jordan. Ashcraft. Butler. Scooble Rodriguez. Chrome Suarez. Schwarber Gray Border. And Kyle Freeland. That's a fun one to say. Hope to get to say that again someday. Yandy Diaz. Mezarowski is after Matt Shaw. Wizenhunt. Caballero. Stolen base leaders. There's a black border, Kikuchi, Duran, and Mason Wynn. All right, let's sleeve up some here. Let's upload this one. And the black border as well. And throw that one there for now. Till something nicer comes along. Rookie Gray Border. Yeah, a little past half wrong. Halfway. TJ Friedel, Jonah Tong, Tanner Bybee, Jazz, Volpe, Noel, Trey Turner is Chrome, and Jorge Soler. Javi Baez, McCutcheon, Ward, Clark, Dylan Dingler, O'Neill Cruz, Chrome is Bo Naylor, and Kyle Schwarber, no gray border. Jacob DeGrom, Tachman, Martin, Cruz, or Suzuki, I should say. Craig Swan is the buyback. Mason Miller, blue speckle, gray border going to Tampa Bay, and Stephen Kwan. Oh, O'Neill Cruz is a variant, huh? Let's grab them here, and we'll check the backs along the way here, too, for anybody else. Yep, there he is right there. Good eye. Nope, nothing else for those ones. Buyback. And O'Neill Cruz. Man, that does not look like an image variation. That looks like a standard old image. Going to Ryan. Nice, Ryan. Oh, it's a banner. That's why. Cool. Up there. It's a baseball. Instead of a banner. I was going to say the picture looked pretty normal. Usually they have them something kind of different, like they're wearing street clothes or something like that. Nice. Let's swap out the decal for now. Duran, Myers, Donovan, McMahon, Kim, Mookie Betts, Reese Olson, and Roman Anthony, raw power. Nice one. Profile, Cameron. Schmidt, Siegler. Pepio, Chrome Riley, Gray Border Kauser, and Aaron Judge. Ready action. Hader Darvish, Christian Moore, Bubba Chandler, Record Breaker Rayleigh, Goodman, Ray, Kauser. Schneider, Lux, Acuna, Wilson, Collins, Blue Chrome is Patrick Bailey, Castillo, and Aaron Judge All-Star. Meadows, Sanchez, Moncada, Jansen, Turner. Rookies going to the D-backs there with English, Gray Border James Wood, and Johnny Bench. A couple of rookies here. Yeah, you got it, Corey. You can add that one to the dog's chew pile if you'd like. Beavers, Sasaki, Walker, Robles, Hoffman, Henderson, Blue Speckle, Mookie Betts, Gray Border, and Jack Flaherty. Adley Rushman, Rushing, Rayleigh, Robert, Riley, Waldrop ruins the R, Joe Rock, and Logan Webb. Blue Speckle Chromes. Scooble, Skeens, Kikuchi, Langford, Meadroth, Refractor is Stanton, Ryan Ritter, and Sale Stewart. Let's check some backs. I know, almost pulled it off with the R pack. Here we go. Gray, or we're looking for words on the green bar, not gray bar. Nothing yet. No, 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 no. Nope, 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 and nope. Let's top load this one. The gray border here, Gino? Or was it another one? Was there a base one in the back? I can't remember. I can run through them and find it if there was. Tovar, Stott, Chapman, Hoskins, Riley, Estevez, Hunter Goodman for Chrome, and Emmett Sheehan. Yes, let me see. No blue speckle. Gray border? Okay, sounds good. I see it now. I'll throw a top loader on it for you. All right, we got a relic here. Throw some ink on it. Matt Olson, Bobby Witt. Suarez. It's Matt Olson. Clubhouse Collection. Refractor, Chris Sale. And Jesus Luzardo. So Braves taking home the 2 nice cards in that pack. All right, 2 relics means that we want some ink for the 3rd box here tonight. Yeah, no problem. Christian Campbell, Cabrera, Chandler Simpson, Brooks Lee, George Springer. That one's going to the White Sox for rookies, TJ Friedel, gray border, and a Zach Allen. Yeah, it was a nice raise pack. Blaylock, Castellanos, Keishel, Barger, Bobby Witt, blue speckle. Turn back the clock. First one we pull those in a few boxes. Hyun Kim for gray border and Cedric Mullins. Three packs to go in this box. Cole Reagans, Bryce Eldridge, Luis Morales, Corbin Carroll, Carlos Correa, Springer, Kirk, Adele. Was there? Nope. Unless it's the base one, because that was from the same pack. I can go back and check that really quick. Hold on. Where was he? Was like in the pack or two ago, right there. Then we had the Estevez and Matt Olson. So I don't think so. No worries. Nico Horner, McAble, Eovaldi, Baldwin, Clemens, Loperfido, Senga, and Jesus Sanchez. Better safe than sorry on that kind of stuff. Curtis Mead, Juan Soto, Wood, Manzardo, Freed, Lawler, Rodon, and O'Hearn. All right. That was box 8. Now on to box 9. You can check the backs on these before we do that. Nothing yet. Whoop. Screen hiccuped on me. I don't know if that hiccuped for you guys too. That was weird. All right, that's 2 boxes down. 3rd one coming up. Let's get this guy out of the way. Nothing huge for anybody in those 2 boxes. Let's hope that this one here is a big one. Yeah, Departure After Dark, man. You can thank the computer network issues for that. Still gotta invest in some black lights and stuff for that. Make it look like the bowling alley during the lock-ins. Did you guys ever do lock-ins back in like middle school or high school? My bowling alley had a lock-in night like once a year. And when we were in middle school, that felt like total freedom. Parents drop you off. They lock the doors. You get to spend the whole night bowling and playing laser tag. And then parents came and picked up at like 6 a.m. or something like that. Nice. We got another one out of 77. Here we go. Yordan Alvarez kicking off our 3rd box. Braxton Ashcraft. Lawrence Butler. Varsho. Brian Hayes. And that one is 73 out of 77. Gunnar Henderson going to Antonio. Michael Garcia and Brian Wu. gotta fix the sidebar there because I just noticed I have Antonio's last initial as lowercase, and that's gonna bother me now that I see it. Whoop, now it says SS. There we go. Okay, next pick. Curtis Mead, Juan Soto, James Wood, Alec Boehm, Cal Rayleigh. That is Garrett Crochet for Blue Speckle, Ryan O'Hearn Gray Border, and Yuri Perez. Carter Jensen, Matt Chapman, Corbin Burns, Rodriguez, Clark, Chrome Corbin Carroll, Jorge Soler's Gray Border, and Enterprise, Francisco Lindor. Horwitz, Brandon Pfaadt, Walker, Tatis, Caballero, Suzuki, Chrome Dansby Swanson, and Marcelo Meyer. Javi Baez, McCutcheon, Ward, Nimmo, Crochet, that's a nice Harry Ford, Blue Speckle, Gray Border Gavin Sheets, and Michael Harris. Top load that Harry Ford in a moment. Friedel, Tong, Bybee, Jazz, Torres, Severino, Chrome Connolly Early, and Victor Scott. Okay, let's go through some backs. Show us a nice image variation in here somewhere. No. Nope. It's all right. We'll keep on rolling. Let's leave up these rooks. Chase Dolander, Strom, Holiday, Cole Young, Garcia, Blue Speckle Lau, Bobby Witt Chrome, Kyle Isbell, Jaron Duran, Dane Myers, Donovan Jones, Imanaga Yelich, Marte, and Basallo. Jeremy Pena, Mason Miller, Lawler, Dingler, Chandler, Norbia's Blue Speckle, Jack Little, and Edwin Diaz. Well, the next product that comes in cases is Celebration, which comes in a 20-box case. The price would be significantly cheaper. There's fun stuff to hunt. So I was thinking about it. That's coming out on, the 26th, I believe? Thursday? Is that correct? Crochet, Hernandez, Caminero, Sosa, Jeffers, Chrome Barrios, Backhouse for the Diamondbacks, and Adames. Profar, Cameron, Schmidt, Collins, Langford, Meadroth, Polanco, and Dave Parker. Dylan Beavers, Sasaki, Olsen, Record Breaker Ellie, Corey Seager, Rookies Blue Speckle Halpin, Gray Borders Chandler Simpson, and Caglione Raw Power. There's also always, we could do another case of Heritage. I don't know how big the demand would be. If people want it, I could try it. We could do one of those things where, it has to be 75% full before I actually buy the case, something like that, I wish there was an easy way to pull everybody. See what kind of interest who could get. Adley Rushman, Dalton Rushing, Kayla Rayleigh, Keishel, Barger, Speckle is Rafaela, Gray Border Manzardo, and Otto Lopez. Let's check some backs. Nothing doing yet. And nothing doing there. Still looking for the hit here. I think there's like 9 or 10 packs left. Wilson, Scooble, Record Breaker Rayleigh, Kenley Jansen, Altuve, Refractor Cade Cavalli, Gray Border Nico Horner, Jacob Young, Gray Border Nico Horner. That's almost, man, is that more fun than Gray Border Kyle Schwarber? Oh, now you're tempting me. Crispy. Owen Casey, Peralta, Shane Bieber, Kobe Mayo, Marcus Simeon, Blue Speckle, Carlos Navarez, Gray Border, William Contreras. I don't feel like I've seen a lot of him. 214. Maybe I have. Maybe I'm overthinking it. And Ketel Marte. Jordan Walker, Reagans, Eldridge, Morales, Caro, Wallner, Refractor is Jesus Sanchez, and Yamamoto. Thank you. Crispy, I appreciate that. Top load that. Top load the Refractor as well. And a couple of rookies. Christian Campbell, Cabrera, Simpson, Hunter Green, Jeff McNeil, Fred Lynn. We did end up with some ink. Nice. It's going to Swatters. It's not Roman Anthony, but that looks nice. Clean signature, clean card overall. Got Chrome Suarez and Jake Mangum wrapping up the pack. We've gotten one autograph each of the 3 nights, so that's kind of nice. Hopefully we get one more tomorrow as well. How about Jeff McNeil? Was he an SP? You don't have to be looking all these up for me and looking up after, but I don't recognize seeing him too often either. Skeens, Kikuchi, Blaylock, Goodman, Trey Turner, Austin Riley, Mateo, and Ramirez. I will be going over everybody's cards before I put them into your files. to see what SPs there are from your team, and I will sleeve up all of those afterwards, but I figure it'll be easier for me to do that once we've finished the break rather than continually checking for those. So if there's SPs, there's 8 per box from your team. I will definitely sleeve them up for you guys, just so you know. Nico Horner, Mick Abel, Eovaldi, Lyle, Nick Kurtz, Jackson Jobe, Turn Back the Clock, and Ryan Mountcastle. And by SPs, of course, with Heritage, SPs are different than your typical SPs. They just look like standard cards. They're part of the standard checklist. They're just a little bit harder to pull. They're not like border variants or anything like that. Castellanos, Blade, Altuve, Estevez, thank you, Crispy. Wisenhunt, Acuna, Dominic Smith, Gray Border, and Brandon Sproat finishes the night. We got plenty of backs here to check still between what's left from these packs and then the rookies. So stick with me for a moment while we do that, and then we'll hop over into the recap. So here is the last bit of the box. Let's check these. Oh, and there we go. Jose Altuve is image. Let's check the image on that in a moment. Surprised I didn't catch that, because I have an image in my mind of the Jose Altuve card. Let's keep looking here. Nope, nothing there. All right, so this Altuve is going to Swatters. Yeah, I guess it is. He's at batting practice, huh? Cool. Appreciate that, Heather. It's good to know. Gives me confidence before I post something up. All right, let's look at our rookie backs to see if we have any variants there. Let's see. Yeah, another one for Swatters for sure. I know. There you go. Looking for anything image variant wise here. Did I skip one? No. Okay. Image variant wise here. Or design variant. These are our rookies. But doesn't look like it. All right. Let's jump into the recap part of our night, and then we'll be back at it tomorrow to finish off this case. Night 4, 9 o'clock again. I don't know if we'll have any other breaks filled by then, so we might be starting right at 9 o'clock, so just make sure you're tuned in to check and see. Here we go with our rookies. Wisenhunt, Sproat, Eldridge, Morales, Beavers, Hernandez, Chandler, Young, Basallo, Jansen, Tong, Rodriguez, Eldridge, Morales, Beavers, Hoffman, Stewart, Siegler, Chandler, Tong, Rodriguez, Wisenhunt, Hernandez, Young, Siegler, Garcia, Harry Ford, Jansen, Deoka, Seymour, Harry Ford, Savage, Hoffman, Williams, and Pena. You can kind of get an idea that some of the rookies are not SPs based on how often you pull them, you know. Inserts. Turn Back the Clock, Ichiro. Parker, Turn Back the Clock. Fourth switch hitter with 400 career home run. I'm sorry, who is this again? Carlos Beltran. That's bad of me. Johnny Bench, Aaron Judge, Ellie De La Cruz. 4 inserts there. Now we can go over to the gray border stuff. I do have another hobby of Heritage that I'll be posting up tomorrow for another break. I don't know if I want to do pick your team or random for that, but keep an eye out. Try and get that up around lunchtime or so. Here we go with gray borders. That's an SP. Dominic Smith, Nico Horner, Kyle Manzardo, Chandler Simpson, Gavin Sheets, Jorge Soler, and Ryan O'Hearn. Rodon, Friedel, Kim, James Wood, Colton Hauser. Rookies going to Tampa Bay, Schwarber, Mick Abel, Flaherty, Eovaldi, Luzardo, Volpe, Freed, Connor Norby, and Ronald Blanco. That takes us into the big stack of chromes. I'll split it in half here. Acuna, Suarez, Simeon, Rafaela. That's going to the Guardians. Barrios, Norby, Lau, Bobby Witt, Dansby Swanson. Crochet, Corbin Carroll, Jordan Lawler. Bobby Witt, Palish, Hunter Goodman, Henderson, Waldrop, and English. That's only half of these chromes. The other half. Patrick Bailey, that's hard to see. Castillo, Riley, Mason Miller, Bone Naylor, Trey Turner, Suarez, Cantillo. That one is going to the Yankees and Caballero. Gavin Sheets, Denzel Clark, Max Fried, Jacob Melton, Garcia, Ramirez, Correa, and Matt Chapman. Okay, that takes us to top-loaded stuff. Part 1. Altuve was an image variation. That was nice. Yeah, he's got a pack. I figured I'd let him have it. Just the wrapper. Don't you? I distracted him now. Refractor, Jesus Sanchez. Gray border, Contreras, Owen Casey. Refractor, Cade Cavalli. Caglione, Raw Power. Harry Ford was Blue Speckle. Early, that was Chrome. Enterprise, Lindor. Black border, Kikuchi. Refractor, Chris Sale. Gray border, Mookie Betts. Refractor, Stanton. Christian Moore, Raw Power, Roman Anthony, Deckel, Jacob deGrom, Buyback, Craig Swan, Mizorowski, and Owen Casey, Cam Schlittler, Blue Speckle, Owen Casey, Roman Anthony, Rodriguez Chrome, Christian Moore. Is that the Chrome one? We got a Chrome Christian Moore somewhere. David Bednar, Refractor, Granello, Blue Speckle, Caglione, Enterprise Tovar, Soderstrom, that's an SP. McLean, Jensen, Blue Speckle, Flanagan, Buyback, Kyle Teal, Refractor, Lane Thomas, and a Mizorowski. Back here on display, Gunnar Henderson, 73 out of 77 on the orange border. O'Neal Cruz, that was a banner variant. He got a baseball instead of a banner. Matt Olson, Jackson Holiday, and some ink, Fred Lynn. Last chance to sign up for fantasy baseball. Of course, if you forget and you beg me tomorrow, I'll let you in. But I'm going to be putting the league together tomorrow, sending out the invites. So, last chance to register. Midnight tonight. Head on over to departurebreaks.com, click where it says fantasy baseball. You can sign up right there. Otherwise, tomorrow we'll be back at it with the rest of this case. Hobby box, random team vote from Crispy, so we'll see. It's already leaning that way. Send your vote in. Head on over to discord.gg/departurebreaks. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you want. That's it. Email me, departurebreaks@gmail.com if you want. Otherwise, I will be back tomorrow, and I'll be in the office for most of the day, too. So I'll be there to reply. You guys enjoy the rest of your Friday night. Thanks for spending a good part of it with me.